Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Moletrap here, bringing you the entire 2004 ever on GameNet Star League. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be doing the entire thing from start to finish, and I'm really looking forward to it. If you haven't heard, I've said it a few times before, but if you haven't heard, I'm going to be casting all of the group stage round of 16, all the quarterfinals, all the semifinals on YouTube, and then we're going to do another live event for the finals of this Star League as well. I am super hyped about it. One of the reasons I picked this Star League was because I was looking at the player pool, and I said, okay, I know some of these players. There's some I don't know. It's a good mix of old and players that ended up, surviving longer after 2004 and playing at a high level. So it's kind of like it was a good mix of stuff. But now that I've looked into it more after I've chosen it, I've really noticed that this could be like one of the most star-studded Star Leagues ever in its time, because this is just ridiculous, the amount of players here that are in contention to win this, if you think about it. I mean, let's think about the amount of players that have already won or gotten second place in a Star League. And I think if you get second place in Star League, that's showing that you have the potential to win one very easily, right? Reach, Kingdom, Uv, Nada, Good Friend. I think Good Friend he might have gotten like a third or a fourth place. But Zelos, Boxer, Jelizerg, Yellow. So many players have actually won or come close to winning these Star Leagues. And then Jeju and Sync have also gotten like fourth places, if I remember correctly. So they're in contention too. And I'm not sure exactly how he does in this Star League, but I know that Go Rush wins a Star League in like 2005. So that puts him in contention too, as far as I'm concerned. And then you have players like Rock and Oversky and Max that are just strong players. They could be dark horse players that are going to come out and win this as well. Like, who remembers Movie from 2009? Who was this random Protoss player who no one really knew much about, and then he just came out and got second place and barely, he lost a Flash in the finals. So, anything could happen here. Anyone could win, and at every stage along it, like, anyone can win as well. So it's not just like, oh, there's three players that, could win it and we're waiting for them to show up in the semifinals. No, like, there's just going to be strong matches in every stage of this Star League. So I am just super stoked to see how this goes down, and I'm excited to be casting this. So I hope you guys are looking forward to it as well. So anyway, I just wanted to give that a little bit. Also, just to talk about a little bit of the lead up here, that as you can see, the Protoss, our players are not doing too well in Starcraft at this point in time in 2004. So they're represented by the fact that there's only there's only 3 Protoss players compared to more than double or more than double that Terran and Zerg players. So they're in the minority. But Reach is the hero Protoss, because when Boxer was dominating in 2002, Reach took him out. And so, the hero Protoss is in this and could prevail over the army of Terrans and Zergs. Kingdom is very strong too, of course. And then the other line that we're looking at here is that Uv is on fire at this point in 2004. He basically was winning like everything in 2003. He had a streak in 2000, I think it was 2003, maybe into 4, where he won 25 professional games in a row versus Zerg. He went 25-0 in TVZ. No one seemed to be able to stop him. People were cheesing him to try and take him out early, and he was stopping every cheese, and he seemed to be undefeatable. And then guess who beat him? Jelizerg, who is also in this Star League, who I believe won the previous OSL by taking out Uv in like the semifinals or something like that. I don't remember exactly, but so there's like the Terrans are in some way favored because we've got Uv who's on fire. You've got Boxer, who was a previous Bonjour, Zelos as well, but then they're kind of beset on both sides by the Protoss Dark Horse heroes and the oncoming onslaught of Jelizerg and Go Rush, who we know is the future strong Zerg player as well. So it's like, this is crazy. And then I actually I'd never really heard of Jeju at all. But I looked him up, and I actually at this point in time in 2004, Jeju was considered to be like alongside July Zerg as one of the top 2 or 3 Zerg players in the scene at this point. So like he's someone to look out for too. So this is crazy. It's crazy. Um, Absolutely insane. So, anyways, I'm really looking forward to this. It should be fun to watch this go down, and just like I said, every stage of the tournament is going to be exciting. So I'm looking forward to that. Let's cover the maps real quick, and I'm going to go more over these players individually as I do their group stages. So we'll get to know them better as we go along. But really quick, I just want to touch on the maps as well. Again, the maps will be dependent on what happens in the games, and we'll get to know them better too. But real quick, the maps for this Starleague are Bifrost, which is a 2-player map, which has like a weird backdoor natural expansion behind the main. Like the main is on the low ground, and then there's a choke point, small choke, and then there's another expansion behind it. But then there's this like this high ground ridge all along the sides of the map, so you can actually get up into, like, you could theoretically walk all the way around and walk around into your opponent's main, basically through the back way, or usually people drop stuff on those ridges. So that's going to be interesting to see how that goes. We've got also a map called Mercury, which is a 4-player map, which also has a very interesting construction, very geometric design here, and again, a small choke point into a natural with a ramp, so pretty defensible stuff. But it's just kind of weirdly constructed so that once we get into getting third bases, it's going to be very odd, the kind of play, because you're going to have multiple ramps to cover and that kind of thing. So just something to keep in mind. We've also got a map called Pelennor, which hurts my eyes, but it should be very interesting. This is a 2-spawn map, if I'm not mistaken. And no, I'm sorry, it is a 4-spawn map. And again, a map with a little bit of a weird design where you've got this just wide open main with some like extra minerals in it, kind of like a natural, but like it's not like a separate area. It's like inside your main kind of thing. It's weird. And then there's like a choke point. And then like once you get to getting a third base, like you have to go someplace really strange. You have to go up on this little ramp to the side, or you have to go in this little island area in the middle or something like that. So kind of a weird construction. So I'm really excited about the maps in the Starlight because they're just so bizarre. Like, but later on they became really standardized and to the point that, partly out of fairness to make sure that they were even-handed. But back in these days, you just saw some really whack constructions of maps. And so anyway, the last map is Requiem. And speaking of whack constructions, Requiem has a nice like cross in the middle, like it's some sort of religious reference, I guess, called Requiem of minerals. But this is going to be crazy because this is actually an island map. This is an island map. It's a 4-spawn island map, and you can see that like once you get to the above ground, there are mineral patches blocking your movement between different places. And you can actually mine off of the cross in the middle if you want to, but there's also these weird expansions around the sides. And so we're going to see a lot of dropship play, shuttle play, etc., air units galore on this map. And so, again, we're going to see some really, really interesting games on all of these maps. So looking forward to that. So should be cool. Should be very, very cool. And by the way, if you're wondering, you can see that the team names here are a little bit strange. The Rock, Nada, and Goodfriend are on a team that's called Pentec and Curatel Couriers, and that would later become We Made Fox. You can see that GO stands for Greatest Ones, and that later on became CJ Entis. So the normal teams that you'd expect, but this is their before names. Jelizerg is on a team called POS, Pirates of Space, which sounds like a very 80s esports game name, and they would later on become NBC Game Hero. And then lastly, you can see Max is on Team Korea, which later on became Sparkies. First on GameNet and then later Height Sparkies. So, and then the other ones are the same. T1, it was always T1. KT Magicians or Magicians, or however you want to pronounce it, would later become KT Rollster, but they were the Magicians for a long time. And STX Soul remained STX Soul throughout. So In any case, so yeah, looking forward to this. Hopefully, you guys are looking forward as well. I'm gonna stop rambling and just cut it off here so we can keep this video from getting too long. But I hope you guys are as hyped as I am, and again, hopefully we'll start casting some of the group stages here in the next day or two if I can get a hold of some time to do so. So, anyways, hope you guys are looking forward to it, and if you do have any comments like about any ways that you know, I think we're probably gonna end up doing like for the next month. We're gonna month and a half. I don't know how long it's gonna take me to do the Star League, but then once I get to like the semifinals, we'll schedule the live finals so we can get all that. But if you have any input on that about when you want the live final to be, dates and times or anything like that, based on what worked or didn't work last time, then just go ahead and let me know. Anyways, let's get hyped, and I'll see you guys soon with the first group stage. Thanks for watching.